Ladies and gentlemen, gangsters and pimps, children of all ages, I welcome you to my video. How you guys doing? It's your boy, Bmorepsycho, or Psycho for short, or if you know my actual name, you know what I go by. So, welcome to today's video. As you can see, besides these lovely boards right here, we're going to be setting up a new board because it's this time to retire this one. If you haven't seen this board setup video, make sure you go check that out. It's a few videos back. Yeah, but I decided to do something a little bit more different. So instead of just doing the regular board setup like I usually do, how about we actually teach you guys how to set up a new skateboard for my beginners or people who don't know how to much so grip a board. So step by step, I will show you how to set up a board. So that's why this video exists. That's why you clicked on this video. And yeah, so first things first, you want to dismantle your current setup. So the current setup I have right now is this 8.5. It's an 8.5 skateboard that I won to South Carolina for the team. Again, that video is live. Go check it out in my recent videos. So 8.5 skateboard with some skirt grip tape. Check that right there. Make sure you go follow them right here, whatnot. Under that is some jealousy labels, stickers. So again, follow them right here as well. We got some Ishod Thunder hollow lights, size 149, with some Dragon wheels, size 52. They look more so look like 51s now, and Sparrow bearings. And yeah, we're just gonna do the usual. Go ahead and time lapse me taking this off. I had to set up an angle, different angle for this. So without further ado, or in this case, without further ado, let's get right into this video. All right, so now that we have both of these off, it's very, well, I'll get to that in a second. It's very important that you guys know when you do take off your trucks, please make sure you differentiate or know the difference between your front and your back truck. If you don't know why that's important, let's just say if you were to, this is my back truck right here, if you wanted to reset up your board and you were to put your back truck as your front truck, turning and moving around, it's not going to feel the same. It's going to feel like the board is working for itself. It's not working for you, if that makes sense. So what I would usually do, so I don't get confused, I'll take my front or back truck. In this case, I'll take my front. I'll usually label it. I should label it on the bottom right here. So we're just going to do a cool, we're just going to do a cool little black star. I don't know if I can see that because of the gloss. There it is. That little black star will indicate that that is my front truck, and that should help anyone else in the future who was probably having that issues when you switched around your board and you didn't realize why it was your truck moving like that. For those of you who are anime fans, yeah. But aside from all that, the board is now dismantled, discomplete, however. It's nothing quote unquote really wrong with it. I just don't like skating my boards to the point where it gets razor tail. For those of you who don't know what razor tail is, that is simply when your board starts getting a sharp, fine edge instead of this nice little roundish curve that you see, that how it's supposed to be. It's not squared off or sharp to the point where it's gonna cut your hand or mess it up. So I usually skate them about to the worst where it starts looking like this or slightly loses pop. I've probably only been caught in the rain with this maybe once or twice, but it still has some good pop in it. So this is going to go in the board reusable / graveyard pile over here. While today, like I said, teach you guys how to set up a new skateboard. So first things first, we're just gonna go ahead and swap this out real quick. And now that we have that out of the way, this is what we got. Nice little glossy green top board. It's probably the first green top board I've had in a while. But this one is very unique. If I put it out to the light, you probably see it. Nope, not gonna reflect off my face. But the board that we're going to be setting up today is my 8.5 Bmorepsycho deck. For those of you who don't know, I am a sponsored skateboarder from the Baltimore area. I ride for Skateboard Life 222 and Skirt Grip Tape. You can follow Skateboard Life 22 right here. I've been riding for them for probably a good, what feels like 3 years now. So probably the longest sponsorship I've had. So thank you, Mark, Little Mark, Johnny, Berkey, Bounce, Jack, Aiden, Nick. I apologize for the rest of the teammates that I'm probably forgetting, but yeah. Just to give you an example of what I'm talking about here. For those of you who knows my other boards, they're right here. You have mine, you have Johnny's, you have Berkey's, you have our old rider, which is Nick, and then the cruiser board. Up there is some of the stuff I want from Zay's Zayday. So yeah, I basically have a plethora of boards sitting around. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to, oh no, trying to get you associated. My apologies. Oh, but yeah, besides them, and then those boards that's right here, my golden one that's here. It's an OnlyFans model board right here, my limited edition board that I have signed by Rodney Mullen, Mike Vallely, and Joey Jett. And then the one all the way over here is my cover photo of when I made the Baltimore magazine as of last year. By the time you've seen this, 2024 is when I got the cover of Baltimore magazine. That's what this board is over here for. And all these are usually, I know that's posted on my IG, that's on my IG, and that's my IG. This is just reserved for stock. So sorry about all this long clip. Yeah, but let's go ahead and show off this board. Ooh, look at that nice gloss. So this is more so a foil that I got and bought from Charm City, because that's where I get the boards made. Like, if you want your own skateboard made and you live in the Baltimore area, check out their IG right here. Tell them Cycle sent you. And yeah, but this is a like holographic, if you can't see that by now, holographic board, and it's very cool. So with that, we're also going to grab the grip, and I'll show that all to all you. So I'm gonna get my stuff ready to set up the board, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So that didn't take much long. I just needed to get the grip and everything ready. We're going to probably do the grip second, only because I'll explain why, because I'm very particular about how I set up my boards. So everything you're going to need to set up your skateboard. I'm sorry, you probably should have skipped to this part of the video on where or how to set up the board. I'll probably put a time step somewhere in the description or comments below. And also, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications for all that jazz. It's free. You're helping out my channel grow again, and I would greatly appreciate the support. Now, back into the grip tape. Like I said, I ride for Skirt Grip Tape, so if you haven't already, go ahead and follow them. Check the description if you need to. This is one of the newer ones that I got from them. Owner name Anthony. Anthony, thank you very much, my guy. Appreciate you. And yeah, can't complain too much about this. It's nice, big, and fonty and whatnot. I'm just waiting. We're just waiting for the new ones to come in stock. But yeah, you're gonna need your grip tape. You're gonna need your board, obviously, or you're gonna need your current trucks or new trucks if you bought some wheels and bearings. I missed that turn. I'm sorry. Wheels, bearings, and hardware. So if you don't have any of that stuff, why are you here for this video? It's because you guys like to see my face. So what I'm personally going to do first is put this to work with a sticker job, because stickers usually take the longest to do. So, and I have a plethora of stickers for those of you who don't know this by now. Yeah, I got like a handful of these things that realistically could probably fit this whole board, but I'm just pick out certain ones and be really not picky, but real anal about things. No diddy. But yeah, let's go ahead and sticker job this up. I don't know where I'm going to set you guys up for this angle. But yeah, here we go. Oh god. Alrighty, so that took a little longer than what I expected. Sorry for the rattling. It's my chain that's right here next to the microphone. In case you guys haven't already noticed that I'm wearing the microphone. Where I got this microphone from, TikTok shop for like $3. So yeah, go ahead and get yourself a little microphone so y'all can actually do better voice content. No, but all jokes aside though. So stickers usually take the longest for me, and because of the whole peeling process and whatnot. But other than that, I think this came out very well, considering it's still glossy and whatnot. So let me give you a rundown of a few of these stickers that I can kind of name up, not kind of, but can name off the top of my head. So we have my typical sponsor right here. Is Skateboard Life 222. We have View Skate Shop, one of the best skate shops in Baltimore. Go check them out. Goldstone Wheels, how you doing, my guy Rick? What's this? Shred Ellis? Wait a minute. Yeah, Shred Ellis. Well, in this case, just Shred On. Again, from out South Carolina. Same thing with this Shred. Warrior Skate Co. How you doing, Nick? Jealousy Label, Anthony. Skirt Grip Tape, Anthony. McGovernment, if you can actually say that. Got Joey Jet Brand sticker. We got the Culture sticker. For those of you who don't know what Culture is, it is my homie D's skate company. If you want to go check them out, follow that page right here and tell them Psycho sent you. Skate Without Borders, that would be the guy that's, if you watch my IG clips, who can keep up with me. That's Skate Without Borders, but this is actually a whole different, deeper meaning. So go ahead and check my guy out right here. And we have a Baltimore tattoo shop sticker right there. I personally don't have any tattoos from Baltimore shop. Well, I do. I have a specific person that I go to, for those of you who don't know. But yeah, yeah, it's all put together. For those of you whoever wanted to like learn how to do this stuff, if you have not seen on the time lapse, because everything's so quick, it basically takes some stickers, put them on the edge, cut them to their locking, so it kind of looks like it's melted or part of the board and whatnot. But yeah, no complaints here. Just a glossy, nice looking board for us to dive into and set up. So once you have your board stickered up and ready to go, like I said, this is a how-to. So you're going to need your skateboard. Obviously, you're going to need your grip tape. Your grip tape. Yeah. I do that again. Grip tape, trucks, wheels, bearings, hardware, and patience and time. So, in order for you to grip your board, I'm going to have to set y'all up again, different angle. I'm going to time lapse it after I lay it down so y'all understand how to go about this. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm just leave y'all guys right here. We're going to just tilt you down and just listen to the sound of my voice. So, I'll skate my boards typically wherever the graphic is facing. So, in this case, my nose is going to be where that B starts. Be more. Yeah. And you know, green and green don't seem too bad. So what you want to do is find your grip tape, get that right off, peel that right off the sheet that it comes with. Yeah. baby. Hold on to that paper because you're gonna need this afterwards. All right. What you want to do is kind of line up with. You want to hold it like this. Take your thumb and your index finger and hold it right about in the middle somewhere, because all this is sticky back here. And gently kind of hover over your board. If you're not sitting down like I am, standing up, same difference. You want to go ahead and line that up. Put the middle down first, so let that collapse in, and pick a side to start working from, whichever one you think is going to be best. Just make sure it's lined up, so that way you got enough space. So what I'll do is I'll take my middle finger, if you're looking, and hold it against the board right here. Same thing on the other end, hold it right there. That way you have an even playing field of grip. And once that's settled down, you think you're okay with where it's at, pull up one side, hold it like this, and just push down on the grip. There you go. This will prevent air bubbles. Air bubbles are basically small pockets of air, obviously, that live inside the grip tape if you don't grip it right. Like right about here. Right here, all air bubbles. So we're gonna lift you up. Make sure you are down, pack. And we should be good. Now for the part that I told y'all gonna need the paper for. It is this right here. You're gonna put that right over. Put that right over like this, like so. And push all that air outwards from to your nose and tail. So this way you're not cutting up your hands or whatnot. Do a double take of what if there's any air pockets, air bubbles, and we're all good here. Easiest way to get rid of air bubbles, if you have something sharp like a blade, don't think that I'm doing any of that. This is mainly for skating. All right, this is for skateboarding and skateboarding purposes only. Yeah, not to offend anyone that does do this. I'm sorry, but just there are better ways. But this something sharp to cut the grip. We're also going to outline it of where to cut it. And yeah, all that will be time lapse. So just try to follow along. So like I said, you want to get something sharp in order to cut the grip tape. Get something to make the outline of the board. In this case, I have a T-tool that will allow me to do that, or any tool. In this case, hell, you can even use trucks or screwdriver. It will all do the same thing, because all you're going to do is take your board and scrape it, scrape the outline. So when you do that, it gives you an idea of where to not set, an idea where to cut. But the tool I'm using is a silver tool. These things come in handy because it has a ratchet, so you ain't got to constantly do that with your hand. You can just straight do that. But yeah, you want to make this outline and whatnot. Sorry for the noise. That's if you guys got the idea of what this looks like. Yeah. And now on to the time lapse. Now before I continue, I know y'all can't see my face, but this is just like the better angle for me to show y'all how to go about this. Yeah, when you're done scraping the board and everything, that's how the outline basically should look. You should be able to see the board. So all that excess grip tape is about to come off. So what you're going to need is something sharp like a razor blade or a knife, how have you. If you are, and this is just my personal opinion, if you are under the age of a certain age, you shouldn't be doing this part by yourself, let alone playing around with something sharp. I'm not saying that I'm playing with something sharp, but this is something you don't want to cut yourself with. All right, so either go get mom, dad, or take it to a skate shop with adult supervision, or if you are willing to trust yourself, by all means, but I don't condone any young viewer to do this, because you're going to be cutting towards yourself and not away, because it just makes it much more easier. So we're going to start up here, in this case, this little pocket, and just cut into it a little. So now when you get that outline, it should simply be easy to cut. Make sure your grip is all up from the sides. Mine is, because it's a stiff one. So we're just going to take our razor blade and follow that white line that we created. And you want to do that all the way down in one motion until you have to readjust. If you're standing up and you have like a kitchen table or a countertop for you to do this on, this might be a little bit easier. I've been gripping boards for years now, so I can sit down and do this with no problem. We're going to see if we can get this in one cut. I know other people like to do these in sections, but this is just a little bit more satisfying. Yep. All right, we got it. We're cool. Again, even if you're struggling with this, it's not that bad. You gotta take your time. Patience is key. And eventually, you should have something like this once you're done. A full cutout of the grip. And now that's how the grip tape looks when it's all said and done. Now we're going to move on to everyone's favorite part, kinda. So first things first, here's how the board with the grip looks. Very nice, very cut clean. Again, this is all done in one cut minus the end piece, but that's one cut. On top of that, the board looks nice. This whole setup just looks like it's probably gonna be one of my favorite setups so far. But yeah, you're gonna take your X-axis grip. You're gonna fold the corners in half, like so. Get rid of this access right here. And all you're gonna do, the outer part of that board, of where you gripped, you're gonna sand that down, just so it doesn't lift up. So probably not do this while y'all are watching. Go to skip to the next part. So now that you're all done with that and whatnot, you should always make sure you throw your stuff away. Don't worry, I'm in my room. I got a trash can right here, so I'll throw it away. And one second, I have Ray calling me right now. But yeah, once you're done setting up, or in this case, gripping your board, it should look something like this. After you sand it down, you can see the little white lines. This is not coming up at all unless it rains or whatnot. So from there to this beauty on the back, it looks very nice. I like how that looks above the samurai. It's very graphic. All right, so now that you have that, now you need to poke some holes in this. I'm going to grab my screwdriver because this should be a little bit more easier to deal with. Very simple. So what you're gonna do, get your handy dandy screwdriver or anything that's like long and hard to poke through.
What did he say? Alright guys, so in the process of me editing this video right here, the audio from the microphone cut out. I'm not sure if it died or whatnot, so we're just going to go ahead and skip a part, or in this case skip ahead, so you guys can just go on about your day. So right about here is when I realized the microphone either died or was off. So give a little second and audio should be coming back right about now.
Oh, okay. My phone should be working right again. So, without further ado, the board is now all set up and ready to go. So, how I can tell the difference between my nose and tail without obviously the graphic or the grip tape, the hardware I got has 2 golden bolts. So this will let me know that that's obviously my nose and tail. So, to run through everything about this setup, and oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, when you do put your trucks back on, make sure that kingpin, this, is facing in the board towards the next one. They're facing each other and not away. So this should not be up here.
And once again, the audio cut off right about here. But basically what I'm explaining is never have your back truck as your front truck and your front truck as your back truck, as I'm displaying right here. So that's mainly about it for this section, right? And right about here is where we're basically gonna wrap up the video. So I was basically saying just thank you guys for tuning in, watching the video. If you have any other questions or you want to see more setup videos like this in the near future, by all means leave a like, comment, subscribe. It's free. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm probably gonna get up soon out of this chair and go about my day. Once again, I do apologize for the audio malfunctions in the microphone. We'll try to do better next time, and watch out for the slap.